Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yeshua. I'm back with the WW3 Daily update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. All right, so we're gonna let's start with a scripture. Satan's devices. 2 Corinthians 2 in the KJV. All right, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, so let's take a look at some of Satan's devices. Where'd that go? Okay, not too many people are aware or even remember that on September 11th, 2001, that at the same time that planes were running into the World Trade Center, that the military was holding drills, war games, if you will, okay, in conjunction with NORAD, all right, who watches over the airspace. They were running a military drill that was identical to what was going on in real time. Okay, and the scenario of the war games that they were undergoing was that planes ran into the World Trade Center. Okay, so if you don't understand what I'm saying, the military was under the impression that, oh, well, we're just having war games, while the exact same scenario is playing out in real time. That's how the question would be, well, why didn't they scramble fighter jets to shoot the planes down before they did their damage? Well, because there were war and they thought that, it was that the scenario wasn't real, that it was just them rehearsing or whatever. And it's the perfect cover, to have something like that happen. So this, look, this is July 2006. The military drills on 9/11, bizarre coincidence or something else? Letting you know that the military was doing drills. So that when somebody tries to say, oh, well, that's a sea theory, or try to explain it away, all right, and they pretty much expunged anything having to do with this topic completely off of YouTube. I remember going in and being able to bring something up. You can't find anything, right? So I looked this up on Google. I'm sure they're watching me right now. So it says, short-term military simulations of scenarios or conditions that U.S. military personnel might meet are generally the largest in terms of cost and personnel. War games, if you will, of all operational training events, that at least 6 such exercises were scheduled for September 11th, 2001, raises serious questions about whether or not the events of 9/11 were at least partially orchestrated by U.S. command. See, this is huge. It's a huge implication. And I'm not saying one thing one way or the other. I'm just saying that stuff like this exists. All right? In light of the aforementioned military exercises and the fact that the 9/11 Commission's final report barely mentions them, neither were they significantly discussed nor investigated during the hearings. This essay briefly explores 4 key questions that will hopefully stimulate further inquiries, investigation, and perhaps subpoenas that will ultimately break the silence and force declassification of the information surrounding the war games. 1. Has there been a high-level suppression of information about the military drills? 2. Might the military drills have been a significant factor in the success of the attacks? 3. Who was in charge of the military drills and what motives may have been operating for this person? for? In what way might Zacarias Moussaoui, the only person charged in the United States for the attacks, be a link that connects to the person in charge of the games to another tragedy that may have been an inside job, i.e., Senator Paul Wellstone's death, and how might Moussaoui connect all of this to the Pentagon? All right, so my point in even going here, right, goes to how this devil operates. How does he operate? Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices. We know how he operates. Okay. Now, we're going to watch this, having to do with World War III. This is today, I believe. All right, the Crux channel. China to join Russia's Vostok drills. Okay, they use these military drills to actually do things in real, under the guise of, oh, we're just doing war game. We're just putting on war game. No, you're actually fighting a war, right? And if you're not at this moment, you're training to. What are they training for? World War III. At the very least, they're training for World War III. If not fighting it right now. What is Russia doing right now? Is Russia at war with the Ukraine? Of course they are. So China might go over there and help them fight. And say, oh, we're just getting ready. No, there's a war going on. China to join Russia's Vostok drills. Xi, Putin, show of unity amid Ukraine, Taiwan tensions with U.S. Okay, what does that say? Russia has tension with who? With U.S. China has tension with who? With you, with us. Okay, so let's watch this. I have to read it. Of course, they're going to play some loud music, so I'm going to turn it down. China to participate in joint military exercises. Now, this is how they pull off real-time events. Oh, well, we're just drilled. These are just war games. No, more than that. How much do those war games cost? Beijing says drills unrelated to international situation. Huh? Of course you're going to say that. Vostok 2022 amid tensions of Ukraine, war, and Taiwan. China-Russia deepening ties to counter U.S. dominance? Question. China's People's Liberation Army said it would join military exercise Vostok. China's Defense Ministry said the joint exercises were unrelated to the current international and regional situation. Yeah, right. China said that its participation in the exercises was part of an ongoing bilateral annual cooperation agreement. In accordance with the annual plan for cooperation between the armed forces of the two countries and the bilateral agreements, the PLA will soon delegate and send part of its forces to Russia for participation in Vostok 2022 exercise. The exercise will contribute to friendly cooperation among the armed forces of all countries, as well as to increasing the level of strategic interactions by all parties and strengthen the ability to respond to various security threats. Okay? And I mean, I'm not going to read the rest of this, but you can clearly see what is going on. If you understand anything about parallel drills or war games being used to obscure real-time events, then you can see what this may or may not be about. Just put it out there. Turn the beat up. If if anything is to show force, China's with us, we're going to do this. Or they could be doing anything. What do we know? Do we know what they're doing? This is the cover story. Look at this. India, Belarus, Mongolia, Tajikistan are among several other countries that will participate in the exercise. What does this mean? This is World War III, right? Under the guise of war drills, war games. Come on. How close are we to them declaring World War III right now? This is crazy. In 2018, Russia described the scale of the Vostok exercises as unprecedented since what? The Soviet era. That is code speak. All right? This goes directly to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter of the Most High putting hooks in Russia's jaws and bringing back the Soviet Union. Okay? That is prophesied in the scriptures, right? We're watching this guy speaking code. I'm putting the band back together, right? The band of gypsies. Look at that. So, what are they doing? Look at this, May 24th, 2022, 13-hour drill near Japan and South Korea. They're flexing on them. These are allies right here, right? This is called World War III. Has the live fire begun? Or how long will it be till it does? Let's just stop it right there. There's only a little bit left. Let's see. More of the same. But yeah. All right, we're watching this thing cook down, if you will. Let's get let's get wars and rumors of war. That's what we're watching. Okay. Get KJV 6, right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Let's get Joel. Joel 3. Come on now. Joel 3 and 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Okay? Get this. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So we're watching this thing boil down to the actual live fire. All right, 5. You brothers and sisters with that.